We are spiritual beings having a physical experience, and our physical body will pass away, but our soul will spend eternity somewhere. God stepped into this world and made a way where there was no way. Over all creation and every nation throughout each generation, he continued to repeat a promise. God declared, I will live in them. I will walk among them. I will be their God, and they will be my people. And he continued to repeat that promise until approximately 2,026 years ago, he provided for it. Then he came down so low, we just simply hung him back up on a cross and said, we don't want you here. Now, when God steps into time, we would expect him to do a few different things. When God steps into this world, we would expect him to maybe have power over life and death, authority over the natural order of things. We would expect God even perhaps change the way that we define time. Jesus, he did. Christ, he turned BC to AD. Before Christ, to Anno Domini, which is Latin for in the year of the Lord. He completely changed the way that we define time. When we write the date at the top of a test, when we check our phone, anytime we celebrate a birthday, it is in correlation to his. Jesus changed the way that we define time, and he did not even command us to do that. He fulfilled over 300 prophecies made about his life. These promises made centuries before Christ came into the world about this soon-coming king, this Messiah, the promised anointed one. And Jesus Christ fulfilled over 300 prophecies made about his life. The statistical probability of one man in their lifetime fulfilling just 8 of the 300 prophecies that Jesus Christ did is 1 in 10 to the 17th power. That means there is a 0.0 followed by another 15 more zeros and a 1% chance that one man fulfills just 8 of the 300 prophecies that Jesus Christ did. There's over 63,779 cross-references in the Bible. Over 25,000 archaeological excavations have been conducted due to the Bible's documentation of real people, real places, real events. And through arguably the greatest archaeological finding, the Dead Sea Scrolls, thousands of manuscripts carved and dated back to 7 to 8 centuries before Christ came, you can see that even through the book of Isaiah that it has not changed today. Beauty. It is the most printed, the most shipped, the most distributed, the most read, most studied, most banned, most burned, most smuggled book in all of human history. Why? Because it is the Word of God. We all know inwardly that there is a God, that he has created this world, and we've fallen short of his glory. We all know that we need him. We may not understand all the exact details of who Jesus Christ is, but every single one of us knows what he stands for, and that is a light so bright it is terrifying. And yet the good news that he calls us to draw near, that if we draw near to God, he will draw near to us. That because of what Christ has done on that cross, he calls us to come boldly, approaching the throne of God in his grace to receive mercy and to find help in our time of need. And often we won't really recognize it until that time of need arises. But I encourage my friends, don't wait for a tragedy to strike to bring you back to God. Don't wait till he has to become the last resort when we've tried our own plans and we've only turned to him after everything else fell through. And it will. We'd save ourselves a lot of trouble. We'd keep ourselves out of a lot of hardship if we just return to him first. Because the truth is that when we pass away from this earth, we're going to leave behind our family, our friends, our finances, our physical health. We're going to leave behind our education, our reputation, our occupation. All of these things, they're going to stay here. What we will take with us in eternity, what is going to last is our choices. How we treated other people. Did we steward what God had entrusted to us faithfully? And none of us have. That's why we need Jesus. But he didn't just suffer on that cross so we could one day enter into the kingdom of heaven when we die. He suffered on that cross that the kingdom of heaven could enter into us now while we are alive. That is why he prayed, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on the earth as it is in heaven.